videos 4 or 5 years ago on this channel, and we're doing another NBA redrafting video of the 2020 NBA draft class. Now, I won't tell you who's in this draft class. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, you will know. And I'll be doing from the top 10 picks. No, these picks are not based off of the players, I guess how they are now, because it is a very new draft class. You kind of had to put that into some sort of perspective, but also basing it off of potential, because they've only been in the league for barely 3 years. Also not basing these picks off of the teams that picked them in the selection. So the first pick was the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm not basing their pick off of who they had on their team at that point in time. It's just based on the players. You guys like me doing these classic style of, just talking basketball videos? Give this video a like, give this video some love, and maybe I'll start doing some more of my old type of content, like ASM Baller type of days. And also comment down below maybe what draft class you guys want to see next. If you guys want an NFL one, if you guys want me to talk more soccer, football, anything like that, definitely let me know down in the comments. And yeah, I think with that being said, let us get started. I do in fact still have the classic even writing utensils. I definitely need to get a new Sharpie because this is running out of ink very fast. It might even do it in this video. If not, I'll just keep using the highlighter marker or the pencil. Yeah, here we are, the top 10, at least in my dumb, stupid, wrong, definitely not correct opinion on the redrafting. Let's get started here. I think I might use pencil first. Actually, no, I'm going to use Sharpie first just to see if this even works for the video. So, number 10, going with the player who's kind of going to be like a great sort of six-man off the bench type of player. He could be a starter in the future of the NBA, but right now I sort of love him being a sort of future great six-man. And that player is going to be... Oh yeah, you can see it's going out a little bit. Cole Anthony of the Orlando Magic. Cole Anthony, in my opinion, is a bucket. He is a great scorer. He can score on all 3 levels. He can really get into the lane, have a great dunk. Even though in that dunk contest he was pretty bad that he participated in, but he's a good leaper, great athleticism. He's a good scoring guard. I don't think he's a great point guard. He hasn't really added that to his game yet, but again, these guys are just in the 2020 NBA draft, and he's on an Orlando Magic team that has a lot of pieces that sort of don't fit, and they sort of had to play a certain role. Cole Anthony is definitely their scorer, definitely when it comes to that position, and yeah, I think he really plays it well. Do I think one day he can be a starter? Do I think he could be a good defender? Do I think he could be a great actual point guard, lead an offense, facilitate? Maybe one day, but as of right now, I don't really see it, so it doesn't really bump him up, but in my opinion, he's still, at least in my opinion, a top 10 sort of player in this draft class. Alrighty, going on to number 9 now, which in my opinion might be the biggest controversy in this draft class, and I'm glad it's happening right now. Gives you something to look at. It's early on in the video to make you stick around to see who's above him. It's a good YouTube thing. But in my opinion, what a fall from grace. Yes, this player is in fact James Wiseman, the previous, I think, number 2 overall pick in the draft. When it comes to James Wiseman, the number 1 thing is health. Now again, it is still 2020. I still think he's a capable player to maybe even be a top 3 potential redrafting guy, or maybe he was picked in the right spot. There's a lot of maybes and ifs and coulds that can happen to James Wiseman. Injuries, setbacks, and also how he plays, and when he is healthy, and how I've seen him played, which isn't a lot. No one has seen him play a lot. center in the NBA type of player. Can he be a good starter one day? Absolutely, yes. So that's why I think he's definitely supposed to be in the top 10 still. But as of right now, he is almost at that bustable area where we might only see Wiseman around for a couple more years. He might float around to a couple more teams, and boom, he's done. Or the Warriors still find their center of the future, and everything is okay. We still have to see that, but right now, he's teetering on that edge of, oh gosh, this is bad. And I think he knows that, and I think he's going to take some sort of action towards that, and I think he will still end up being a solid player, hopefully. And again, your boy Jake Baller ASMR coming in with another controversial pick at number 8. Oh jeez. Oh, I kind of made that a little too close. Sorry about that. Again, I'm not like an artiste or anything like that. I'm not good with drawing or writing or anything like that, so please stick with me here. But at number 8 is another sort of potential pick. It's a pick where I'm really looking at where the player is and what he can be. As of right now, you might even think of him as a bustable player as well with James Wiseman. But I think I gotta do it. I think his potential is still just really good for being a two-way player. And that player is in fact, let's see if I can spell this right. Patrick Williams of the Chicago Bulls. Yes, to a lot of you who maybe watch basketball, maybe thinking, Jake Baller, you're an idiot. This dude right now is only averaging, let's see, he's averaging 9 points right now, which is pretty bad, but, I still think he's very much capable of becoming just a really solid two-way player. Does he need to average 20 points to be that? No. Can he be around 10 to 15, but a great on-ball defender, can play and defend maybe 1 through 4, maybe potentially 1 through 5 in the future of the NBA, hit a corner 3 here and there, and just really lock it down on defense? Yes, I still think he has that potential, which every team in the NBA is looking for a guy like Patrick Williams with that potential. As right now, are we seeing it? No, but I do think it is very capable. He's also averaging about a block and a steal a game. He's getting there. Obviously being on a Bulls team who's kind of like in a weird win-now scenario where they have Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, but they have young players like Kobe White and Patrick Williams. I think if he is just in a different scenario, he would be able to grow a little bit better, a little bit more comfortably than being in sort of a win-now Chicago Bulls team. So I think he has time. I think he has potential, and I think he will hit that potential. I still have him in the top 10. Some people might not even have him in the top 10. Same thing with James Wiseman. Player number 7. Number 7. I definitely made these too small. I really hope you guys can see this well. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger here. There we go. And put 6 up there out of the top 5 there. My bad. This is my first time doing this in almost half a year. It's been a very long time. Player at 7, I think definitely now we get to okay, these guys are 100% supposed to be in the top 10. This is where it gets a little easier. You can still flip-flop these guys around from 7 onward, but I don't think you can really push them any lower than where they are. At least again in my own dumb, stupid, wrong opinion. But at number 7, I have here a player who really is having a nice breakout year on the Spurs, and that's Devin, right? Yes, Vassell, and it is Vassell. Devin Vassell. Some of you obviously maybe not watching a lot of Spurs basketball. Neither am I, but I do know he's having a very quality year right now. He's currently averaging almost 21 points per game, 4 rebounds, and about 4 assists. Very solid, and I could definitely see him either being a solid role player. I could even be seeing him a good starter for the future of his entire NBA career. I think he's definitely going to be a very viable player to teams that are going to want him very much. Maybe he'll stick to the Spurs, maybe he'll go somewhere else, I don't know, but he's definitely a player player that could really, I don't want to say turn the tides of any franchise, but really help teams that are going to want him a lot. He's also currently averaging this season about 40% on threes, which is insane. For about 50% on twos, very efficient, 81% from the free throw line. Almost a steal a game as well. Like, he is just really doing everything that you want a good guard forward type of player to be. And he's playing for Greg Popovich, so he's definitely going to get that basketball IQ in him. So I think he's definitely a quality player. I think he's definitely the floor of sort of where you could put him. I think he's perfect for where he is right now. I think 7's almost like a guaranteed spot for him. I don't think you can put really anyone else over him. And at player number 6, God, this is going to look so ugly, guys. Again, I'm so sorry. I definitely need to make these a little bit more further apart, and that's my own fault, but I'm putting 6 up here. Make it a little bit bigger. Let's go back to the Sharpie again. Player at number 6 is a player that definitely has the potential to be maybe at least one of the best two-way players in this draft. I said it for Patrick Williams, but this guy has way more offense than that will ever be. Definitely a player who can guard 1 through 4 and has definitely sort of put his name on the map, definitely in this draft class in the past year, I would say, putting up, I think, a 50-point bomb. And that is S-A-D-D-I, and then it's a Q. Then we have B. Next time I do this, I'm definitely getting a new one. E-Y, Saddiq Bey. Yes. Definitely a player who is already right now a super solid two-way player. And again, already put up a 50-point bomb and has really shown at least more consistency than I've seen from Devin Vassell. Obviously, Saddiq Bey last year having a good season as well. He averaged last year 16 points. This year currently averaging about 15 points, about a steal a game as well. 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 88% from the free throw line, and shooting, oh gosh. This season he's averaging 27% from 3, but the season prior he averaged nearly 35. Season before that averaged nearly 38. So he has it in him, just not in a good shooting slump right now, but I'll believe that he'll pick that up. But as a 6'7" forward, definitely in today's NBA can guard 1 through 4, has the 3-point capability, and I think he just has the right attitude, right mindset. He's definitely a player that, again, if he wants to stick around at Detroit, is great, but he's going to be a hot commodity player to a lot of contending good teams. I would love to have a Saddiq Bey on my team, a guy who looks like he can almost do it all. I would like to see him create his own shot, which is definitely something that Devin Vassell has over him. But everything else, Saddiq Bey is a great quality player, so I'm going to put him at 6 with great potential still. Right, now we are officially in the top 5. And again, this draft, in my opinion, is super top heavy. Definitely doing this bottom 8 to 11 and 12 were really hard. I'll go over those players later on, but this is where it gets a little easier, but still very interesting. Number 5. Wow, I made that a very long-necked 5. That's very funny. Let's do a Sharpie again. While we still have it in it. At number 5 is a player that, in my opinion, could be an all-star. In my opinion, I think we're getting to that all-star level type of player right now. And at player number 5, obviously in the current scenario and team he's on, he can't really get there, but I think maybe one day he will. Oh yeah, it's starting to go out, guys. I may not be able to use this anymore. R-E-S-E, Tyrese, but which Tyrese? Tyrese Maxey, X-E-Y. Tyrese Maxey of the Philadelphia 76ers this year is averaging 23 points, alongside James Harden, also with Joel Embiid. He would be shining a lot if he was on a franchise that didn't have a lot going for them. You know what I mean? That's how much I believe in Tyrese Maxey. So I think top 5 is a perfect spot for number 4. This is starting to go out too. Yeah, definitely next time I do this style of video, I'm buying a new one. Player number 4 is interesting because this is sort of his breakout year, but the system he plays in makes him look perfect. The shooting stroke that he has right now is insane, and he is just going to be such a high valued player for his entire career. It's insane, and he's one of the best shooters in the NBA right now, and that's gonna go why he goes number 4, and that is in fact Mr. Desmond Bane. Now, if I was starting a franchise, I would pick Tyrese Maxey over Desmond Bane. Maxey is more of a guy who can run an offense through, he can get his own shot. I would probably pick Maxey over Bane, but if we're talking just NBA player-wise, Desmond Bane is amazing. Great 3-and-D, amazing shooting stroke. Right now this year he's averaging 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Let's see, shooting 45% from 3, putting up about 4, making about 8, shooting nearly 50% from 2, 90% from the free throw line. Just insane. About a steal a game. He's just absolutely wild. He's 6'5", which is like the perfect size for 2 guards in today's NBA. You can guard 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I love Desmond Bane's game. Now, the reason why I'm a little bit hesitant on that is because his rookie year he did average about 9 points to 18 to 25 this year. Do I think he's already peaked and kind of peaked early? Yes. Does that scare me? Yes. I think we might see a high peak and then maybe a big digression. Or maybe Desmond Bane is really that guy and we will see this guy be a 20 plus point per game scorer his entire career, which I do hope for because he is amazing to watch. So Desmond Bane, really solid. But there are other very solid players in this draft class still. Going into the top 3, going on to the top 3 now. It gets a little controversial, only because this player at number 3 is also having a breakout year. But these guys are young, so you kind of have to very value these breakout years very differently. But no one can doubt that this player has been good his entire career, and even so good that the team he got drafted to had to trade him because he was that good and he was that valuable. It is in fact the other Tyrese in Tyrese Haliburton. It's H-I, then Burton. Oh, look at that. It's really going out now, guys. Oh, and I didn't have enough room. No. I made this a little too big. But you guys don't watch my videos because they look good, obviously. Tyrese Haliburton, this season averaging 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists a game. This is a man you want with the ball in his hand, being the primary point guard. Also standing at 6'5". I mean, what more could you want for a sort of archetyped type of point guard? This current season, let's see here, he's averaging 37% from 3, putting up 55% from the two-point line, the two-pointed area, shooting 84% from the free throw line, and averaging nearly 2 steals a game. If we're talking about just traditional, down to the very specific point of a point guard, Tyrese Haliburton is already one of the best in the NBA at that sort of point in time. Now, if he was guess the next two guards are pretty elite. Coming in at player number 2, also kind of controversial, like I was talking about with these other guys down here. Might turn some people's heads, but again, just in my own opinion, it's just what I think. And then we have number 1 up there. At number 2 is one of my favorite players to watch in the NBA. I'm constantly rooting for him and his family. But in my opinion, player number 1, I think I could just be more secure about how they are as a player, how they'll transition their game, a little bit more of a two-way. This guy is a great offensive player. He is somewhat getting a little bit of an injury bug here and there, which is kind of concerning, but I can't weigh that too much. But at number 2, it's... I almost did E. It's Lamelo Ball. Yes. The rookie of the year of this draft. Now, I love Lamelo Ball. He is number 1 quality. Player number 1, though, I think is just, in my opinion, if you have the number 1 overall pick, you're picking a guy you can build a franchise around who will be a go-get-em bucket, two-way player. He can almost do it all. Lamelo Ball is there. I just would rather have maybe player number 1. Lamelo Ball this year is currently averaging 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists. He is currently out right now with a grade 2 ankle sprain, which is pretty bad. Played 51 games his rookie year and played 75 games his second year, which is pretty average. Shooting 31% from 3 this year, putting up nearly 11 a game. That's pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. Shooting 80% from the free throw line though, averaging a steal a game as well. So, it's there. It is there, of course. I love Lamelo Ball. He's definitely the most exciting sort of young player, one of the more exciting young players in the NBA. Already has an all-star under his belt. You know, he's great. But, I think just player number 2, maybe I would just, again, would rather build a team around, maybe. And that is Ant-Man. He is the actual first round pick in this draft, and I still think that was a great pick. Now I do wish, obviously, if it was flipped, this player right now, Anthony Edwards, would be on the Golden State Warriors, which would be insane. Or the Warriors would be having Lamelo Ball on their team, which is also pretty insane. Like Anthony Edwards this year is averaging 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a 6'4" guard. He's shooting nearly 35% from 3, 54% from the 2-point percentage, 76% from the free throw line. That needs to improve a little bit more, I will say. Averaging nearly 2 steals a game, almost a block. I mean, he is really a quality star type of player in the NBA, especially at a very weak 2-guard position in today's day in the NBA. You could definitely have him in that argument for the top shooting guard in the NBA. I don't think he is, but he's definitely top 3 already in his NBA career. When you're checking that onto perspective, a great defender already, a guy who can take the last shot. Could you wish he was a little bit more of a ball facilitator, and that's maybe why you'd want Lamelo Ball more, which is totally fine. Lamelo Ball can also take the last shot. He's gonna be putting up like 20 of those shots, but I don't know, it's just my opinion. Anthony Edwards is just maybe more built to be the guy, and then Lamelo Ball is more of a great compliment to a guy who can really be a go get a bucket, and it's just a great point guard. He's definitely the best point guard on this list, but I think in my opinion, Anthony Edwards is just the better all-around player. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what other draft classes you guys want to see. If you guys still like these styles of videos, give it some love, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, comment down below, and yeah, I love you, and I'll see you again in my next video very very soon.